Have you ever wondered how much space for the new game in 2025? Even some games have been released globally but get a huge update consistently. It's pretty crazy how the mobile game now reaches 35GB of free space in total. It's pretty crazy. By watching this video, you don't have to worry about downloading the game because I will give the complete scenes to highlight about the entire gameplay. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Game with the biggest size in 2025, the biggest size game Android and iOS 2025. Where Winds Meet. This game is made for cross-platform for PC and also for mobile. On mobile, it will take 25GB in total and you should take more space while in game, because an extra download will run while playing. Once you have successfully downloaded everything, then you are allowed to set the maximum graphic. It's really crazy how the game works. It has the most dynamic combat on mobile. No game can stand against it if you are looking for the combat base. There are tons of action we can do with a lot of sparkling effect skill that will boost your attraction point to keep playing. The parry action, defense, dodge, counter-attack, unleashing the skill, and even you can grapple on the air while releasing your basic attack on the air. For a mobile games user, this is all things I never experienced before. The developers are pretty ambitious to take two of the main concepts into the game. The first one is the action, which I have mentioned, and the second one is the storyline, with a lot of cutscenes and visual that we can't skip will push the player to enjoy the animation. Where Winds Meet is the best new realistic action hack and slash RPG games with a lot of memories as need. Legend of Ymir. This game is the first Unreal Engine 5 MMORPG game on mobile, and it's becoming a cross-platform game with a high quality visual and similar within the PC level. This game will load your phone up to 15GB in total. Sometimes I feel like the developer should be able to optimize the visual more, but I totally understand why the creator is making it this way, because they try to adjust the phone specification to run the game smoothly by reducing the sharpness and also the plain vegetation. But overall, it's a great decision and I will agree 100%. Let's get back into the gameplay. It has a full autoplay where every action will play by itself, but we should tap the dodge button manually. Especially when we face the boss monster, he will consistently unleash an area of effect range that we need to avoid often. Every hero will have their own unique skill that we can learn once our hero reaches a certain level. Leveling their skill level will be the best way to keep your hero alive by using some material. Legend of Ymir is the best open world game with a bigger size. Even right now, it's only available in a certain country. Odin Valhalla Rising. From this list, I think this game is the biggest game size on mobile right now. It reached 35GB even if I only play in the earliest game. I wonder how many size this game will become if I keep playing it and open up some new worlds. I would love to play it when this game releases globally and my phone is ready to play it all day long. It needs a high phone specification, at least Snapdragon Gen 2 up, to run the game into the highest setting. It's because the far view distance will take a lot of effort to render the graphic. No wonder it's fully open world without any single portal or a loading screen to move into another area. The gameplay of Odin Valhalla Rising will give the player a freedom to explore the world by climbing any object, swimming, crafting, and getting some material. The combat mechanism is really interesting. It is kind of a classic MMORPG where the main hero only stands still in one position while in battle. If you have any problems with the gaming experience, then you should try to play the game through LagoFast apps. The ping connection will boost significantly and make your ping way more stable in a good signal. LagoFast can be downloaded through Google Play or App Store globally. LagoFast can be supported in a different application like Discord, YouTube, and 2000 plus games such as PUBG, Delta Force, CODM, Roblox, and many more. It also supports the download of the global version and cross-region and gets an interesting external crosshair function only for Android user, which is a function similar to floating windows. How to use it is really simple. Open the LagoFast apps, find the game, select the boost button, select a server you wanted to playing for, and wait the optimization process to 100% and then enjoy the best gaming experience through these apps. Please use my code to get a reward that I will mention on the description. Wuthering Waves. We have seen so many Genshin Impact clones on mobile, but this game really looks familiar from the graphic, the open world, and how the combat mechanism, where we can switch the main hero between 3 different characters. The main game size will reach 25GB, but trust me, it will get a new update by upgrading the FPS into the 120. But honestly, the power of the game now is quite high for any mobile phone, and many of the YouTubers using Wuthering Waves as the main indicator to know how good your phone specifications are to run the game. From a side, the reason why so many people are getting heat up when we set the maximum setting is not from the phone at all. But the game needs a lot of optimization to adjust the mobile game's user. This is one of the best new anime RPG games on mobile that exists with so many events available to wait for. More new heroes are available to obtain through gacha, but the gacha rate is not really interesting for me. But of course the action combat is the main point why the player keeps playing it. Genshin Impact. No game can reach this achievement from the rewards indicator. Can you see it? How many players have downloaded the game on the Play Store? It reached 100 million players plus, and this number keeps increasing continuously, day by day. No wonder the developers are becoming one of the most active creators who are giving a lot of updates, especially about the event. Every single game anime that launches on mobile or even PC will get a comparison by Genshin Impact fans. Because of this success, making a lot of new competitors try to beat the domination of it, but until now it's never happened. The community is pretty huge with still a lot of massive players still playing it. The game will focus on three main things: the storyline, music, and also combat. It has a great attention to detail, especially about the element skill, weakness, and also strength. The combat mechanism is very smooth and easy to learn. We can unleash the skill without focusing on stamina. Genshin Impact is the one of the biggest size game, about 34 GB in total. Persona 5, The Phantom X. This game is identical as a console or PC game, but right now we all have a great sequel on mobile. Surprisingly, many of the players were in doubt about this movement, but after the game launched in a certain country, then we all realize if the developers are really all in to create a Persona game. If you are a newbie on this series, then let me tell you how the gameplay is. It will start on a school team background, the area, the atmosphere, and even the hero that we are using as student. We can explore the school world and get into a different class to interact with the other NPC. While exploring the world, every NPC will move randomly. It will create an alive ambience. The game's combat mechanism is we will play in a turn base. Our main hero can summon a powerful characters that we call with a persona. Once you summon him, then your damage will increase multiple times. It's a very simple gameplay and good to play as a newbie. Persona has their own visual characteristic, especially the dialogue, font, color, and how the special effects skill look quite darker. Just to inform you, in-game you should download an extra 15 GB. What a big size game Android 2025. Tower of Fantasy. This game will represent a mecha and futuristic world where the human and robotic creatures will live together. It's very easy to realize how the game has a sci-fi visual by the monster design, character design, and also many futuristic objects will show up in the entire world. I remember how this game was pretty famous back then, especially when the game launched globally. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it's getting forgotten by the player. Even on the Play Store, and the score is not really interesting. It is less than 4 stars. It's because the player is expecting too much, like a Genshin Impact. The event should get more attention, like it needs consistently to update. Even if the combat mechanism is really good, it's not enough to make the game back to the peak of the popularization. Are any of you still playing the Tower of Fantasy on mobile? Please tell me why and what is the main reason in the comment section. Crystal of Atlan. Finally, the English version is coming up on the several beta testing. We all know how the game is massively reaching a wider player from a different country, so the English version will be the best option to anticipate. As I remember, the developers are taking about more than 4 years already to develop the game. I think it's pretty enough time to make it all released globally. Everything looked charming, especially the combat mechanism is one of the best part for me. Can you imagine? We can grapple in the air by making a combos. There are tons of skill available to use even since we just started the game. Of course, they know what the developer want. They try to give the player an experience of action in hack and slash gameplay. With a fast-paced level and dynamic combat will attract the player, but I'm so amazed how the hero's movement is really clear and we can clearly see the whole action. It's an open world base where we can strengthen the hero while in a village or city only, but once we get into the dungeon, then we should focus on the combat only. The best action RPG games 2025, we need to spare about 14 GB in total size. Honkai Impact 3. This is the first game that was made by HoYoverse company, which is the same creator of Genshin Impact and also Honkai Star Rail. It's been released for more than several years already, but the game's quality really impressed me a lot. No wonder the game size reached 32GB, and I will appreciate their consistency for keeping the game alive. It has an action hack and slash and lets the player switching the hero between 3 alloys that we can bring into the battle. For every single stage, it will take a lot of time to finish, around 10 minutes. Mostly, the other action game will be taking less than 5 minutes. In fact, we'll get the storyline along the combat. It comes with gacha base to collect the hero's pieces, but also we can obtain the hero's pieces by clearing a certain dungeon. I think the developers should start on creating the PvP features because the number of the players who are playing it right now is getting lower. Honkai Star Rail. This is what I call perfection. A great visual, amazing panorama, attractive storyline, and beautiful music background. Everything is blended together. If you are looking for a AAA game RPG in turn-based system, then I will go straight to it. There is no turn-based game that can face against it so far, and I'm pretty sure it will last longer. I can't explore it all day because the world is pretty wide, while the NPC really looks so alive. The plot of the story is unpredictable and interesting. Even though they made the characteristic of each hero look so immaculate, overall the visual is the main attractive point that we can experience. Once you get into the combat, then you will get more attraction. Every hero will have 3 main action: basic attack, regular skill, and also the ultimate skill. No matter how good your character tier is, you will still get the best skill visual, especially on the ultimate one. I haven't even found any single complaint about it since I started the game. The game size is 26GB. Bonus: Diablo Immortal. This game is phenomenal, and I never imagined playing this most popular franchise on mobile platform now. Until now, we will still have a lot of active players playing this game, and I'm really proud the developer launched it to mobile, because as I remember, the game got so much pro and contra when they announced if it will be launched on mobile. Many of the players are not giving a huge respect, but now the results are different. It gets a high score on the Play Store, which is 4.8 stars, and has been downloaded over 10 million players. There is some aspect why this game can reach this huge achievement. The first one is we should play manually and there is no autoplay at all. The main mission and also the combat should be done manually, but we will have a hint clearly about our next destination. The combat mechanism is 100% similar with the PC gameplay. We need about 25GB to run the game and enjoy the whole experience in the highest setting. These all are the best game as the top biggest game size on mobile. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.